Hey everyone, I've already done my February TBR for Black History Month, and hopefully some of you are celebrating as well. But I did want to kind of do a little bit of an update with some great recommendations for children's books for African American History Month. And I think, again, the first big thing is that it should not just be contained to 1 month. One of the reasons that I homeschool is because I want to be able to expose my kids to people of all races, beliefs, in all various parts of the world through literature and experiences. And I think literature is one of the easiest and cheapest ways to do that if you can't hop on a plane or obviously a time traveling machine or visit all the museums. There's so many great things to do. But one thing that I really have strived to do is to have my kids be constantly surrounded by books and exposure to art and things of people that don't look like them and that have a different story than them. They see me reading those stories. They see artwork on our walls from different places of people of different colors of skin, and I love that. So that is my big thing, is just don't make this just 1 month. Make it bigger than that. That said, I did want to do one alter change to my TBR for February. I had originally planned to read Lincoln by Gore Vidal, but I saw this book and had to switch it out instead. So I'm going to be reading Giants. This is a parallel lives biography of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. I mean, can you get better for February? Birthday boy and African American history. I'm just super pumped. It's actually a little bit shorter, so I'll have to pick a different long book, but I'm excited about reading this. I just picked up from the library. So without any further ado, I'll kind of quickly go through some really great picks that we have in our own library, as well as some that we have checked out from our public library. This is not African American history, but this is one of my toddler's very, very favorite books right now. And it's by Kadir Nelson. Several of these will be from Kadir Nelson. He is an amazing artist. Just some of he's got the whole world in his hands song, which, yes, I have some religious issues with the fact that God is a he in this, but English is not perfect. Am I right? But I love just hearing her little voice sing these songs and talk about the people in it. So that's like a bonus. All right, so this is Follow the Drinking Gourd, Stories and Pictures by Jeanette Winter. This is about the Underground Railroad. It's really nicely illustrated, simple pictures of what an escape on the Underground Railroad would look like. Now this one is Satchel Paige, Striking Out Jim Crow by James Stern and Rich Tomaso. And this is actually a graphic novel, which my boys absolutely love graphic novels. They have a Harriet Tubman American history graphic novel ones as well. Anytime you can find things in a different format, especially for boys that or other readers that are a little bit more reluctant. Again, don't just focus on Jim Crow and slavery. I think a lot of times that's what we want to focus on because it's easy to do. Several of these do, but some of them don't. This one's Coretta Scott. I thought this is very apropos with what's going on in the legislature right now. And this one's also illustrated by Kadir Nelson. Poetry by, there's no way I can say this, Ntozake Sheng, something like that. But yeah, I'm really excited about reading this one. This next one is African American poetry, and we often do what's called poetry tea time at our house, where we'll sit around and have snacks and tea and read poetry together. So I thought for February tea times, this would be perfect. It's I Too Sing America, 3 Centuries of African American Poetry, composed by Catherine Clinton and illustrated by Stephen Alcorn. The illustrations look great. It covers a span of time, which I appreciate, and I think this will be really fun for our poetry tea time. This one, my boys love Cosmos. The new one is what we have. And this is Neil deGrasse Tyson, if you're not familiar. Astrophysicist and Space Advocate by Marn Ventura. And it's a STEM trailblazer biography we picked up. And I'm really excited about this because they know him from the show. And this will be kind of a cool way for them to find out about a really awesome African-American man that we all love at our house already. These two are both Ruby Bridges books. This one's by Robert Coles, and this one is by Scholastic puts it out. It doesn't actually say. This one's the easy reader, so it's kind of nice if you want to just hand them a book to read. This one's a really nice picture book, so I wanted to mention both of them. This one we've already read and we really enjoyed it. It's Love Will See You Through, Martin Luther King Jr.'s 6 Guiding Beliefs as told by his niece, Angela Ferris Watkins. And it's kind of like a civil rights primer for nonviolent action in the children's picture book form. And that's who I am as a person. So I was excited about this. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's very bright with it's broken down into the 6, but this one's Love Your Enemies. So it's very easy to understand. We reviewed them at the end, read through a few times. This one I love. It's To Be a Drum by Evelyn Coleman. And it's about a man talking to his son, I think it's his son, yes, about what it was like to be in Africa and how, yeah, your heartbeat is like a drum and you follow your own song and do your own song and dance. So there's some allusions to slavery and what happened, but it's more than that. It's a poem book of hope, basically, trying to delve into the inner strength that we all hope to have while celebrating our heritage and those who've struggled before. And I just think I love this one. This one's Minty, A Story of Young Harriet Tubman by Alan Schroeder. We actually got this at our library book sale and I was pretty excited about it. It's a little bit of a longer picture book, but the illustrations, again, are really enthralling and captivating. And yeah, I think it'll be really kind of cool. Anytime kids get to see famous people as young kids, I think it's encouraging to them to realize that everybody was a kid who didn't know what they were doing at some point. Yeah, so I love doing that. And this one I was really excited to find. And again, it's by Kadir Nelson. So it's Heart and Soul, The Story of America and African Americans. And this is actually, yeah, kind of a micro history of African American history for children with beautiful illustrations. So again, we're just reading a bit out of it throughout the whole month, just to kind of cover lots of little bits of things. And I'm excited. So those are my picks for picture books for African American History Month, as well as my bonus switch for Frederick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln. So what are you guys reading? There's so many great picture books for African American History Month. So if you have any favorites, please put them in the comments below. I would love to hear that. And yes, if at all you take anything, look up Kadir Nelson and his beautiful, beautiful books, because he's one of my very favorite illustrators. I'll talk to you later. Bye.